Now it's the news Friends fans have waited 27 years for. It could finally be the one where Ross and Rachel get together in real life. During the Friends reunion, this happened.
Well, you were watching that one, Jane.
Well, sources say that after that reunion, they've become a little bit closer again.
Great.
So over to our reconnecting correspondent, Sunetra Sarkar.
Well, I mean, how refreshing to see something we've always rooted for. I mean, this is going to only make people smile, and I feel it's about time someone like Jennifer Aniston had such a lovely, you know, such a nostalgic love story happening to her. Because for me, you know, my version of this story is, you know, I met my husband after 18 years of not seeing him. We both really fancied each other when we first met. Then we had these 18 years apart, and when we got back together, the humour, the intimacy, the conversation, it's just so special. You just go straight back into it. And watching that, you can see they are both so grown up now. They can say how they feel. They can actually share. I think that's the key, you know. When you get older, you are more honest and you can say, I've always thought you were gorgeous. You know, you can say that, whereas when you're 18 or 19, you couldn't dream of saying something so open. And, you know, when Scott and I did eventually first see each other after all those years, it was something as simple as him saying, have you still got my Simply Red CD? That made me go... We were laughing before we finished the sentence.
So for anybody who doesn't know, because I know you've said this before, but you met at uni, right?
We met at uni when we were 17, 18. We never saw each other again for 18 years, and then we saw each other. Literally, everything came flooding back, and within, you know...
Very romantic.
It's very romantic, but I think age matters and the timing was essential. We'd have never worked if we'd have stayed together. And I don't actually think Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer would have managed to sustain that kind of fame that they both felt. Look at how she's been tagged with Brad Pitt all this... Like, for however many years they were married.
Is the word you're looking for.
Burdened, exactly.
So you mentioned age, you see, in a different way. For Stephen and myself, it was a second marriage. And timing was very important. I mean, timing for me, I just did not want another sort of full-on relationship. But I knew I really liked him. And we sort of went everywhere together for about a year. And he would say to me, I mean, I did fancy him. But anyway, you know... The body wasn't allowing anything. But
did you know him from way back?
No. We sort of met at a function. But what I'm really pleased about now is the fact that he would say to me, when are we ever going to get this together? And I would say, well, when the time is right. And, of course, the right time came. But as you get older, things happen in life, you know, heart attacks and illness happens. And I think it's really important to have that solid base of friendship and to know that you like each other. Yeah. Because, you know, at the beginning when you're young, it's all about sex and what does he drive, what car, where's he going to take me to? Whereas as you get older, it's different values.
Yeah, and of course, Jen and David Schwimmer, I'm calling her Jen as if she's my best friend. Feels like she's my best friend. They've got they've got like 11 years of being in that show together, so they're going to have so many... They're never going to run out of conversation, are they?
Yeah.
What about you, Brenda? Do you
I've always been guilty of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and so, you know, I see somebody and I'm like, oh, and we start... As you've all said, I think the best foundation is open, honesty, just friendship. You start as friends and get to know each other, and I have said how hard it is getting into that and explaining, you know, and telling your life story kind of thing to new people that I'm meeting and coming across. And so I really loved that whole, you know, somebody got in touch with me via Facebook years ago and, you know, they're now... But there's miles in between, so you can't really do anything with it. But it's nice to have that thought there that, oh, that person's there, and if we ever do start flying again, maybe I'll get to see them.
But have you ever been... If the timing was right, Sorry, but if the timing was right, or something happened, would you make an approach?
I would probably.
Yeah.
I'd have been too scared or nervous to do it before. Don't have the guts to come and say, because you just don't want to look silly. But absolutely, I would go for that because that's originally where your heart is, and you've got to follow it through and see what happens. And
it's the old you. It's so lovely to reconnect with the old you from all those years ago. Like you remember who you are, you used to be, and how sort of.
And you probably got old photos.
Yes, there's all that.
I want to embarrass the question, though. I want to know: have you ever been in a position where, well, seriously, where you and this other person wanted to get together, but it just couldn't be?
Yes, I have been in that position. I have been in that position, and it's unfortunate, you know, and you just have to, at the end of the day, you just have to say, well, it's just not meant to be. And if it is supposed to happen, what is for you will not pass you, isn't it?
Well, we've had a few people on Twitter contacting us about some of their little stories, and this one really tickled me. Listen to this. So, me and my partner have been friends since I was 18 months old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Kerry says this, sorry. Kerry says, me and my partner have been friends since I was 18 months old. We lost contact when we were teenagers as he moved to Dubai and we went in different directions. I still kept in touch with his parents, though, so I knew when he was over. Over 7 years ago, we got back in touch through Facebook, and we've been together ever since. So that was one love. That's a lovely one from Kerry.
See, Facebook is responsible for a lot of these, like Friends Reunited used to be, didn't it? That got a lot of
that's a throwback.
Oh. Anyway, a bit of nostalgia there.